are loving it and are forming this great community. And like Jane said, they're back into their art and they're creating fan art and fan fiction and stuff. And we just I can't encourage it more to sort of do that and to be part of that community. It's freaking awesome.
The other thing about the actors I just wanted to add is that, they were co-authors of this with us. I mean, they were put in circumstances where they had to, on the fly, come up with, their own personalities and the way they were interacting with the paladins. So, they fell in love with, it was actually kind of fun because, you have to create a fair environment. It's a competition. And people are, our poor actors are falling in love with these people, and one by one they're disappearing. It was an interesting experience, I think, for them, because they had to keep they had to be subjective, but they were all falling in love.
It's so hard to see those faces. I mean, I love the Hall of Fates, but it's so hard to see those faces. But it's a very good reminder of what they brought to the competition. Mm-hmm. Did you, just this as a random question, did you try every challenge before you gave it to them?
Yeah.
All of you?
We split them up, but yes, all of us participated in the testing of the challenges. We had a team of Austrian sort of stand-ins that would do it, to time. But before that, we would, as executive producers, test it, tinker with it, work with the challenge team and the design team to improve certain things. So yeah, we did all the challenges. Nobody would get into the battle dome with me because I'm too.
Because you're pretty tall, right?
Frightening.
I'm very tall. I'm 6 feet tall.
Oh wow! Yes, I wouldn't.
We got in. I got in with Elise Doginari, who's the other most competitive executive producer and one of our challenge producers. And I almost killed myself and Elise because I just took a swing that was so insane. But I stopped right before I hit her in the chest and took us both down.
One of the things I had tried to ask, and I think this was the episode I had to watch the next day or something ridiculous like that. Oh yeah, it was the time we got bumped for football. Boo. When the queen was poisoned, my instinct was to taste the wine for her. Did anybody else there have that instinct and you had to kind of say no, or nobody thought of it?
No, I think we were in such a that whole scene. It was late at night. They had basically just gotten done with a challenge. So it seemed to them like a very comfortable environment.
Right.
And it seemed like it was very casual. The queen wasn't even supposed to be there, and she sort of graces them with her presence. So no one sort of put two and two together to say, oh geez, had that been a big banquet a la the Red Wedding? Like it would have been, somebody would have been checking security. Or Joffrey's wedding. Like, it would have been a little bit different. You expect that to happen. But it was so casual and so relaxed that was part of the shock of it when it happened.
Right.
That made them kind of gasp and go, oh my God. And then they thought we should have tasted the wine, but it was beforehand, so.
Yeah.
I will also say, and this comes up a lot, and I've had to sort of online sort of correct people's framework for the show, because I think a lot of people that participate in LARPing are asking those questions, like, well, why didn't you interfere here, or why didn't you interfere there? There's two things that was going on. Number one, it was all new at that point, but also the framework of the involvement was that they are, they are being thrown into a world that is existing before them. And their hosts, for lack of a better word, are the characters around them. So they were constantly trying to take their lead from their hosts, and their hosts being all of the scripted characters. So when their hosts tell them, sit and eat, they sit and eat. It's sort of, and you'll see this as you go forward too, and it's going to be important because you're going to, as the storyline keeps going, there is a suspension of disbelief on some level because a competition is still going on while danger is increasing, right? So that separation is happening. But they were very much aware that they should listen to Ansgar, listen to Creo, listen to the Queen, listen to the Vizier as the people that were going to tell them what's happening next. So I think that's important, because I think that there are times where people are like, well, I would have, and it's like, well, I'm not sure that was the way we set it up.
Right. And I probably wouldn't have, given what you just said, because they did seem very like, okay, we can chill now, the competition's over for now.
Her line also came from her servant, so who did poison the queen? So I do think that there's, when we were constructing this, we had all of these thoughts. I mean, we had things that were going to happen that, we thought for a minute that you didn't have a banishment, that you just like take out people, like the owner would just grab somebody and they're banished. But as you go and you start developing this all new concept, you do need rules of engagement, you need fairness, you need to have certain structures so that the audience at home can tap into a format and know what's coming. But the second season, you never know, right? There are all sorts of rules and stuff that we can break and play with. We have all sorts of ideas that are going to be really wonderful, and we really hope we get a chance to do it, because it's a huge brain trust and a lot of fun.
I'm glad you brought the banishment up, because that was one of the things that we liked the most about the two parts of it. So you have a challenge that's not about, at first, who chooses who, but skill, whatever range it is. And then the second part of it. But what I love about the way the Paladins do it, that's different than all these other shows, is they're not hurtful. Like, they quite simply are like, what else can this person bring that can help us, which is revolutionary.
And that's all them. I mean, Mark can speak to it. I mean, when they sat down for that first banishment ceremony, that was all them.
Yeah, we didn't know what was going to happen. They could have told, now we know this would never have happened. It's free will. They could have gone totally Survivor in that scene, and there's nothing any of us could have done about it.
Right.
They did it because of their own natures.
And Adria, to her credit, was the one that said, hey, remember, this is for the good of the kingdom. And it was a big shift, and everybody started thinking about it really differently, and they never lost it. As we know, and you guys, you're 4 episodes in, it wasn't without its
right.
But that's, that actually, it's good entertainment. Everybody gets invested. But, it was really them. They really looked at this as, who's the best person for the job.
That's awesome. So cool. You were talking about season 2 a little bit. How far does the vision go? Like, if we are able to rally, do you have like years and years worth of stuff? You probably do. What kind of question is this for producers?
We have years enough to go forward without breaking our hearts. But we look, in a perfect world, and one of the things we pitched is, this is a world that could live in a reality universe and a scripted universe. Our perfect world is that you have a scripted series that rolls into the reality series, which rolls into the scripted series. This is a place where we can have theme parks, we can have comic books and dolls and games and board top, and it goes on and on and on. It's we really hope we get the shot, for sure, because it'll be really fun.
We're only in Sanctum right now. There are 11 other kingdoms.
Right. So. Okay, so one of the main reasons for us reaching out was to see what we can do to help spread the word. I know there was a petition link a few days ago, which is what prompted me to reach out, because I think it's ridiculous that we're already to this point where we have to sign petitions, because it's one of the things we look forward to every week, and obviously we have friends that are looking forward to it now, so we're looking around going, where are these people not watching TheQuest? Like, I want to just shake them. So what, from you three, what can we do?
Okay, so I would love to start this. So I am a big banshee when it comes to guerrilla marketing and sort of guerrilla promotion. And I think where a show like this is really connected with a community, and let me take a step back and explain how television works a little bit in terms of ratings. So where we think this is a bunch of bullshit in terms of ratings is that we basically didn't get any off-air marketing dollars, which means that unless you were watching ABC and seeing advertising on ABC, that was the only way you were going to get to know about the show. So if you're watching NBC and that's your sort of go-to station that you go to, you're not seeing anything. You're not seeing billboards. You're not seeing, skywriting, or, your local Burger King isn't doing anything for TheQuest. So that being said, it's very difficult to get that word out there for people to see. We continually, week to week, see the emails coming in like, holy crap, what the hell is this show called TheQuest? My favorite tweet last week was this guy who came on and said, I don't know what the fuck TheQuest is, but my parents won't get away from the TV. So his parents knew about it, but he didn't. So what we're desperately trying to do right now is to say to the network, we have created this little golden acorn, and we have a very solid audience. We have a very strong and faithful community that's willing to go to the edge of the universe for this show along with us. So do you want to plant this acorn and make it grow, because this community is going to stay behind it? I think that's really important for the network to see. So however you reach out to the network, however you reach out to sort of the Twittersphere past our generalized community is super important, because that's where they need to see it. They need to see that, wow, this audience is just going to grow. If we put $10 behind it, put an ad out here, this will get more people. So where you have shows that are continually